In this video, we're going to apply the lesson on how to compute economic profits to help us to understand firms' location decisions, where firms decide where to operate their business. Now, to help us to answer this question, let's consider a hypothetical example. Suppose that I own my own automobile company. Let's call it Mickey Motors. And I'm trying to decide one of two places to place my factory. And the two places I have under consideration are to place my factory in Michigan, where a lot of people know how to make cars, or to place my factory in Mexico, also where a lot of people know how to make cars. And what I want to do is I want to compute the economic profits for each of these two options. Now again, I contact my friends in the UCO marketing department and have them conduct a market survey for me, and they determine that if I operate my factory in Michigan, that I will stand to make about $1 million a week of accounting profit. But my marketing friends remind me that the cost of labor in Mexico is significantly lower than it is in Michigan, and consequently my accounting costs would be significantly lower in Mexico, and my accounting profits, therefore, would be significantly higher. They expect that I would make an accounting profit of $5 million a week if I place my factory in Mexico. Now let's determine the cost of entrepreneurship for each of these two options. If I choose to place my factory in Michigan, then I'm giving up the chance to use those resources in Mexico. Therefore, I'm giving up the chance to use those resources to make $5 million a week of profit. My cost of entrepreneurship for operating in Michigan is $5 million a week. However, if I choose to operate my factory in Mexico, I'm giving up the chance to use my resources in Michigan, where they would earn $1 million a week. So now to compute the economic profits, I find that if I operate in Michigan, I will get an economic profit of negative $4 million a week. Whereas if I choose to operate in Mexico, I will get an economic profit of positive $4 million a week. Not surprisingly, since firms decide where they're going to operate by trying to maximize their profits, this firm will choose to operate in Mexico. Now notice, of the two options, there's only one, and there can only be one, that generates a positive economic profit. In this case, it's to operate in Mexico. This helps us to see why it is so popular for firms to choose to produce their products in other countries, even if they're going to sell them here. It's because by doing so, it allows them to lower their costs, and therefore raise their profits. It gives them the only opportunity they have to make positive economic profits at all.